Are you feeling down on yourself? Have you lost your confidence? Well, we all go through tough times where we feel like we either can't do anything right or maybe we're just not good enough and our confidence is shot. Well, in today's video, I am going to be showing you 5 ways to boost your confidence and believe in yourself again. So if you are watching live, go ahead and jump over into the comments so I can acknowledge them. I will say hello to you and let's get into the video. Happy, beautiful Monday, people. Today is a wonderful rainy day. If you know me personally, then you know that I absolutely love rainy days. Rainy days are they are a symbol of relaxation to me, recovery, and I absolutely love them. And so today is a beautiful rainy day right here in Guangzhou, China. If you are completely new to me, I want to say thank you for visiting. And for those of you who are frequent viewers or DCTV fam, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Charity C. Campbell, better known as Dr. C, and I am a doctor of management, a multi-passionate entrepreneur, an organization development and leadership specialist. Also, I'm an academic professional, and I love helping creative professionals just like you unlock their full potential. In fact, for the entire month of March, we've been doing this series about unlocking your potential. And today I'm actually going to talk about something that's been on my mind a lot lately: confidence. And as I mentioned before, a lot of us, we go through tough times where we end up losing confidence in ourselves, confidence in our abilities. Our confidence is nowhere to be found. Well, like I said before, don't worry. I do have 5 ways. I have 5 ways that I am going to be sharing with you for tips on how you can boost your self-confidence. All right. I see someone said the struggle is alive. The struggle is real to believe in yourselves, right? But that's why we are going to be talking about that on today. So if you are new here and you're not a part of my DCTV community, please be advised that I am a kingdom believer and an entre leader. So most times I do employ scriptures and quotes of positivity on my live streams. And so with that said, let's go over to our PPT for today, our slides for today. And the scripture that we are going to be looking at is actually one of my favorites. And it comes from the New International Version translation. And it says, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, and whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." And that is Philippians 4:8. Now, I'm just going to be honest with you. It can be challenging to believe in yourself. It can be challenging when the only things on your mind are your past failures or your mistakes or your regrets and insecurities. But if you make a conscious effort to fill your mind with thoughts that carry qualities like the ones mentioned in Philippians 4:8, then you will find it much easier to boost your confidence and believe in yourself again. Leadership expert Brian Tracy once said that fear and self-doubt have always been the greatest enemies of human potential. I'm going to put that up bigger on the screen so you can see that. Fear and self-doubt have always been the greatest enemies of human potential. And this is so true. Hey, Dr. James Morris, this is so true because you cannot unlock your potential. Okay. Now I'm going to leave that up there for you, but you cannot unlock your potential and reach your goals if you don't believe in yourself. So as we continue our series on unlocking your potential, let's work on building up your confidence so that you can start believing in yourself again. And here are 5 ways that you can do that. Okay. All right. So the first way is you can change the way you think about yourself and your abilities. you can change the way that you think about yourself and your abilities. The mind is a powerful tool. The mind is such a powerful tool, and it can be used to your advantage or your disadvantage. Okay, let's think about that. When it comes to confidence, you need to start thinking positively about yourself and your abilities. If you don't believe in yourself, change the way you think. We've been talking about the power of the mind, right? Change the way you think. When you don't believe in yourself, it's difficult to unlock your potential and achieve greatness, because confidence is a key ingredient in being successful. All you need to do is change the way you think about yourself and your abilities. And of course, this can be done by firstly setting realistic goals to achieve, accepting compliments from others, focusing on your strengths instead of weaknesses. I mean, there are a couple of different ways that you can achieve this, okay? All right. So, number 2, believe in yourself and your ability to achieve anything you want. Okay, believe in yourself and achieve and your ability to achieve anything you want. I love this. Dr. Morris just says fear can also be positive for the mind. I absolutely agree with you on that. I absolutely agree with you, because fear can help positively push us in the right direction. It depends. I believe that it depends on the type of person, though, because some people begin to be paralyzed by fear and then they do absolutely nothing, right? But then you do have those who fear motivates them. Fear actually acts as a motivator. So thank you for your input with that, Dr. Morris. I appreciate that very much. So the second thing is believing in yourself and your ability to achieve anything that you want. A lack of self-confidence can be detrimental to your success. If you don't believe in yourself, as I said before, it is difficult to unlock that potential because you fail to see yourself fulfilling the vision and the version of yourself that you long for. How can you create the life of your dreams? How can you complete that project? How can you get that promotion? How can you bloom, blossom, and develop into, the leader in your industry that you truly desire to be if you can't first envision it? I believe that creation begins with a thought and an idea. And then it is fulfilled by our actions and our belief. There's a scripture that says faith without works is dead. Well, action works. The belief is the faith. If you start believing in yourself and your ability to level up your life, then you'll be well on your way to not only being successful by creating the life of your dreams, but you would also, you'll start tapping into different parts of your genius that you didn't even know was there. So again, this is my way of motivating you on this beautiful Monday before my classes begin. But that's one thing that we can do, is believe in yourself and your abilities. Now, before I move on to the third way, I want to know, what is your biggest challenge when it comes to believing in yourself? Let me know in the comments below. Of course, if you're here live, I will put it up on the screen. If you're coming in the comments after the live or on the replay, then I will respond to you. But let me know in the comment section below. And if you're getting some value from this video, would you mind giving it a thumbs up and sharing it on social media? As I've mentioned to you before, this year, I do have a goal to grow our DCTV community by helping 2022 multi-passionate entrepreneurs discover their purpose and unlock their potential and make an impact. So if you know someone who would benefit from this content, then please share it with them. Okay. All right, let's keep it moving. The third thing, here's the third easy way to boost your confidence. Focus on your strengths and not your weaknesses. Ooh. Focus on your strengths and not your weaknesses. You see, most people focus on their weaknesses. And I'm guilty of having done that in the past. I'm being completely honest with you. Most people focus on their weaknesses. But if you want to unlock your potential, then you need to focus on your strengths. When it comes to confidence, you need to start thinking positively about yourself and your abilities, okay? And your abilities. And I see what Dr. Morris said, you must believe in something greater than yourself. Absolutely. That's part of your power to believe that you were created for something more, right? You were created for something bigger than just the life that you are living right now. And when we're talking about focusing on our strengths and not just our weaknesses, here's what I had to learn to do, because this for some is easier said than done. And I was one of those people. Instead of magnifying the problems, the issues, the inadequacies, the insecurities, and the weaknesses that you have, focus on the areas where you are really strong. Put all of your energy into what you're good at. And then at the designated time, work on improving the areas that you're weak in, if possible. And if not, delegate those tasks to someone else who can get the job done, who is better at that area. So that way you can continue to focus on what you're good at. Again, this is something that I had to learn, especially last year, because I would feel inadequate because I only focused on my weaknesses. I never, ever, ever focused on the actual strength that I was really good at. And when I started pouring my time and pouring my energy in the areas where I'm really good, my whole entire morale just, it was like it got a facelift. It was lifted, and I began to see the things that I'm really good at. Those are the things that I should focus on. So when it comes to building self-confidence, focusing on your strengths is extremely important. Okay. Let's go to number 4. All right, here we go with number 4. Number 4, embrace change and be willing to take risk. I got to tell you something about that one. Change can be scary, but it is also necessary for growth. Okay. Change, it really can. Change is scary. Change can be traumatic. Transitions can be traumatic, but it is very necessary for growth. If you want to unlock your potential and achieve great things, you need to be willing to take risk. Okay. You need to be willing to take risks. And this means being willing to try new things, even if you're not confident in what you're taking risk in. Dr. Morris says you must understand yourself, your environment, and obstacles against you. Knowing at least 2 of 3, you can be a success. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is how, when we are aware, okay, when we are aware of ourselves, our triggers, our environments, awareness is part of unlocking that potential. Okay. And that's why we have this series. And that's why we have all of these things that we're doing right now, because if you aren't aware of the things that are holding you back from being your absolute best version of yourself, then you're going to stay stuck. You're going to stay stuck. And we don't want that. Knowing only one of them will lead you to failure. I love that. If you understand yourself and you understand your environment and obstacles against you, knowing at least 2 or 3 of those, you could be a success. I love that. I love that. I love it. Only knowing one of them will lead you to failure. I love it. Thank you, Dr. Morris. Yes. So again, I want you to remember, if you really want to grow, taking risk is a requirement. One risk that I took this year, actually in this 2021, one of the risks that I took was relocating. For those of you who know, I live in China. I've been in China for almost 5 years now. Actually, no, I have been in China for 5 years now. And one of the risks that I took was moving from employment to full-time entrepreneurship. Huge risk, absolutely huge risk. I have business partners here who are Chinese, and business is super slow. Not to mention there's still a pandemic, but business is super slow. And where it's a consulting company, and so where we would have had the opportunity to be physically offline and have these consultations and have these team trainings and things, everything has been pushed to being online. Now, for me, I'm okay with that, because for maybe 8 years, geez, time goes by really fast. Maybe 8 years, I have been working in the online sphere. Not to mention, I'm a hybrid student. So I know how to, the higher education that was online and all those things. I've had experience with that long before the rest of the world was kind of forced into doing that with the pandemic. But taking that leap of faith, taking that risk, not knowing what in the world I was going to expect here, in a completely different city, not connected to resources of people like that. It's just like, nope, I'm just going to go before my time in China is up. I'm just going to go. I'm going to see what happens. If I fail, then I fail. I literally let those words come out of my mouth. It's one of the scariest things that I said to myself. If I fail, then I fail, but at least I will know what not to do. I won't know if I will succeed in this area. I won't know if I can ever succeed in business across the globe if I don't actually just get out and try. Yeah, failure is a possibility. Failure is probably a reality, but so is success if I'm persistent. So is success if I have the right mindset and the right attitude. So again, I said that I wanted to grow. I wanted to challenge myself, and taking a risk is definitely a requirement when it comes to growth and development. So don't be afraid to take risk. And I know you might say, well, I'm not about to take that type of risk. You don't have to. You know the types of risk that you need. Maybe it's not relocation for you. Maybe your risk could be, furthering your education. Maybe your risk could be opening up your own practice. Maybe your risk could be, turning down one client for another one that you're trying to really get. Who knows what your risk is? You do. I don't know. The next person doesn't know, but you do. Take the risk. And if you fail, again, don't focus on your weakness. Focus on your strengths. Learn from the failure. Apply what you need to succeed the next go round, and the next go round, and the next go round. So remember, taking risk is definitely a way that can help you build your self-confidence and believe in yourself again, because you're not going to keep failing every single time. Like at some point in time, you will succeed. So keep that in mind. The last thing, which I am still learning how to do, is accept compliments. Okay. Accept compliments and be proud of your accomplishments. Compliments are a great way to boost confidence. I will say it again. Compliments are a great way to boost confidence, but they can also be a source of self-doubt for people who don't believe in themselves. And I know this was me. Every time someone would give me a compliment, I would give a rebuttal as to why their compliment wasn't real, like as why it wasn't true. I'd be like, oh no, I'm okay. Like, when people say, wow, you did such a great job, I'm like, no, I'm okay. Why play yourself down like that? When someone compliments us, we tend to question their sincerity because we don't feel like we did a good job, or we don't feel like, we look this way or whatever. Especially when someone gives you a compliment, say, wow, you look so handsome today, or you look so beautiful. And this morning you were like, oh my God, this is the worst day ever. My hair won't come right. Like, and then someone compliments you and you're like, I don't believe you. It's because of how we feel ourselves. We have that self-imposed negativity, and then we project it on other people. So we start questioning whether or not they are being genuine or sincere with their compliments. However, if you start accepting compliments and being proud of your accomplishments, your confidence will start to grow. You will be able to say, you know what? Thank you. I appreciate that. Even if you don't believe them when they give you a compliment, still say thank you anyway. It's a practice that I started doing a few years ago, because when people would say nice things to me and I would be like, oh no, you're just saying that. Why? Why do you have to make people feel like what they're telling you isn't true just because you aren't fully confident in who you are or what you bring to the table? So I had to stop doing that. And I'm still learning to accept compliments now instead of, flipping it around. It's a bad habit. It's truly a bad habit. Truly a bad habit. So I'm trying to help you break out of that bad habit. Listen, accept compliments. Okay? Accept compliments. Saying thank you is beautiful, right? Saying thank you is so beautiful. We have that is understanding yourself and your environment. And then we also have two words. Two words that can just change everything. All you have to say is thank you. Thank you. You don't have to add all the extra stuff to it. Just say thank you, right? All right. So, bottom line, when it comes to confidence, it's important to find out what works for you. Of course, like I said, these are just 5 ways. There are so many others, but these are just 5 ways that are a great place to start. But don't be afraid to experiment until you find what makes you feel confident and believe in yourself again. Remember, you have to transform your mind. Okay. In order to transform your mind, you have to begin to see, like, discover all the things that you feel like you need to work on. And this is a part of that self-awareness, right? This is a part of being aware of yourself. So if you transform your mind, you'll transform your life. Now, listen, I do want to invite you to continue to join me for the month of March. Listen, we are almost done with this month. Can you believe it? Yesterday was the first day of spring. I'm still blown away by this right now. Like, we're here, we are March 21st. I'm still blown away by this. But I ask you to continue to join me this month as I continue the series on how to unlock your potential. In this series, we've explored daily habits for unlocking your potential, ways to expand your mind, and of course, like today, ways to believe in yourself again. And next week, we're going to explore some different techniques. There are a couple of different techniques, also depending on culture, that we are going to examine and we're going to look at. We're talking about how to free clutter from your mind, all of these things. So you don't have to be held back anymore. I have to say that to you again. Imagine the life that you'd live if your potential was fully unleashed. It is time to take back control, expand your mind, believe in yourself again, and create the life of your dreams. And if you're interested specifically in discovering how to break through barriers in your life using nothing but positive affirmations, then I am offering a free video training about how to break through those affirmations. You can you can visit my website at DrCharityTV.com, or you can also check out the link that is in my profile. As always, it's been a blessing to motivate you on this beautiful rainy Monday. And if you need more fuel to flame your inner fire, you can check out my playlist that's somewhere over here on YouTube. That's in this corner about unlocking your potential. And I will see you guys in the next video next Monday.